Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to take you through the best practices for your post-run cool down, which will help you recover faster, keep soreness to a minimum, and build strength after your run. In this video right up here, I ran through the basics of warming up and cooling down, but I want to dive a little deeper into the cool down part today. Remember that every run is preceded by a warm-up and followed by a cool down. Your cool down starts with at least 5 minutes of walking. Staying on your feet will help the muscles start to cool off and your heart rate to come back down. For most runs, you can even spend the last 5 minutes of your planned time at a walk. The exception to this would be when you have post-run strides. As soon as you can, following your run, we want to go back to the foam rolling. Click on this card right here for the full foam rolling workout, also in the description and on the playlist, but definitely hit any problem spots, those areas that got tight during your run, likely your hips, your calves, your quads, your low back. But the more time you spend foam rolling, the better. Now don't rush through this whole cool down process. Take some time then to do some stretching and or strength work. Your runner's strength sessions work very well right here, right after your run. And if you like, you might follow that up with some runner-specific yoga, like hip openers and calf stretches. But just for added fun today, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna take you through something called the runner's Myrtl. It's a series of dynamic mobility moves that will help you strengthen your hips and glutes, get that mobility going, and this is the power source for runners. Follow along with me, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so I'm gonna run you through the runner's Myrtl. Now this is something that you would do right after a run. This does help build that hip and glute strength and kind of get some mobility going as well. This would count as a post-run runner's strength workout. So if you're looking for something to do as far as that's concerned, this will help you out quite a bit. Now, each one of these I have done in different workouts. However, I've never done this full routine all at once. So you guys get to follow along with me. It should be interesting. But first we need to start off on the ground. We're gonna start with clamshells. And if you come down, lie on one side, I've got my battery pack here, so we'll have to see. You wanna keep your hips stacked and your arms in front of you like this. You can rest your head on the ground or keep it up, but your hips are stacked. Then you pull one leg up and back down. You're gonna do 8 of these per side. Now the clamshell, you should feel it here in the outer hip. It's not a large motion. And if you want to make this more intense, you can add a resistance band above your knees here. I think this is 8. I don't know. You can also add more repetitions as you go. All right, other side. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders, and pull. And it's not a lean back. It's just a lift with the outer part of the leg. You'll feel it in your glutes. And while we're here, we're going to take a short break because we've got more side work to do. These are lateral leg raises. Just like you were doing in the 80s, this is what I think of. You're going to do lateral leg raises, but your foot is going to have different orientations. So the first 5, we're going to keep a neutral foot. The second 5, we're going to point the toe down toward the floor. The last 5, we're going to point the toe up toward the ceiling. So we're going to do 15 repetitions per side. You can be up on your elbow like this or down. I prefer a more neutral spine, so I'm going to keep my head down a little bit. Lengthen your legs, stack your hips. Neutral foot. If you want more balance, you can bend your bottom knee. 5 of these. And you can flex your toe toward the front or point it. Okay, now we're going to point the toe down, which means you're not leaning forward, you're just turning your whole foot, your whole leg toward the floor. We're going to do 5 of these. And you're going to feel this much more in the back here, in this back glute area. Okay? 4, I don't know. I can't count and talk at the same time. Okay, take a short break here. And then we're going to point it up. Again, we want to turn out at the hip, not lean back with the hips. We want to turn out and up. You'll feel it up on the top part of your quads here. This should be intense. You'll feel it, okay? I'm going to do one more for good measure, okay? Then we're going to switch over to the other side. Okay? I like to keep all the way down. I'm going to kick anything. Keep your body in line and neutral foot. 5. And then turn your foot to the floor. Now, if you have a dominant leg, the one leg may feel like it's easier than the other. This leg is really intense for me. I have to actually take a break here because that hurts. Okay, turn it up. Don't lean back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's your lateral leg raises. Next up are donkey kicks. They look exactly like they sound. So, down on all fours in tabletop position. And all you're going to do, you'll lift one leg to the back. You're going to do 8 of these per side. So you want to make sure that your weight is evenly distributed. Just lift back, 8 of these. Now, we don't want to arch our back here. Just lift with the glute. And then I'm going to turn around, do the other side. And if you find that 8 of these starts to feel easy, add a couple more reps as you get stronger. 8 on this side. Keep that 90-degree bend in the knee. Okay. Next up are donkey whips. So this is a little bit more awkward, kind of more interesting. Once again, you're in tabletop, that same kind of motion, but you're bringing your leg back. You don't have to lock your knee out. Just keep it nice and relaxed. And you're going to bring it to the side. 5 of these. Okay, and then the other side. And you're going to feel it in that outside hip. All right, next up, fire hydrants. They, again, look like they sound. Imagine you're a dog, basically. All right. Again, in tabletop position, I'm going to do my right leg first. You're going to do 8 of these. Now, instead of the donkey kick where you're pulling back, you're going to pull out to the side with your outside hip. Okay? Weight evenly distributed in tabletop, and then go. 8 of these per side. Now, the idea with the mobility here is that we should be able to, at a certain point, pull our leg 90 degrees or perpendicular to the floor or parallel to the floor. You know what I'm trying to say. So what we want is at this point, if I can't get my leg perpendicular to the floor, parallel to the floor, whatever it is I'm trying to say, it's something that we want to work on. The more we do this, the more mobile we're going to be. And that's 8. And I want to talk really quickly here about the difference between mobility, stability, and flexibility. what we're working on here is mobility. So we're building strength in all of the important muscles that we use for running. Flexibility is how pliable those muscles are. Stability is how strong those muscles are when we're using them. Okay, so what we're really doing here is giving us endurance strength for running. And this is the kind of thing that we do right after a run to build that runner's strength. Next up are knee circles. So very similar to what we've been doing. We're still in tabletop position. We're gonna go forward and back, but we're gonna start right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. So forward, we're gonna go 5. We're gonna lift back and bring it around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna switch sides so you can see the left side. I'm gonna go back and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you notice, there may be like a hitch or your mobility kind of catches a little bit. That's something that we work on. And as we go, you'll find that starts to loosen up a little bit more. So let's go back to the right leg. We're gonna go backward. So we're gonna lift out and then back, okay? So it's almost like you're doing a fire hydrant, a donkey kick, and back down, okay? These are the knee circles. I think that's 4 and 5. Same thing, other side. Lift out into the back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, that's everything on the floor. We're gonna stand and we're gonna do the same kind of thing, only standing. The first one we're gonna do is the hurdle leg, all right? So you can find a wall or a bench and we're gonna go forward and back with the hurdle leg, just like we did with the knee circles, but we're gonna do it standing up. So first we're gonna go forward. So bring your knee back and around, okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna do the other side. And I'm just gonna do this freestanding. Use the TRX with me, okay? Forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you are feeling stable in one foot and the other, you can go ahead and try this without any like support assistance, but start by holding on to something. Now we're gonna do backward. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna lift forward, then go back. And you'll find that there may not be as much mobility here. 3, 4, and 5, okay? So you feel it all in this hip girdle area. Other side, we're gonna go forward and then pull back. Now, it's not a swing to the side. We wanna keep our hips forward and stable as we lean back or as we circle back. 3, 4, 5. All right, those are the hurdle legs. Now, we've got a whole bunch of leg swings we're gonna do right now. That's my dog chewing on a bone, my apologies. So leg swings, just like we did in our pre-run warm-up, you can do them afterwards as well. We're just gonna go leg swings forward and back, leg swings side to side, and leg swings with a bent leg forward and back. Okay, so let's start lateral first. So I'm gonna start over here. I'm gonna start over here with leg swings side to side. Okay, so leg out front, and again, it's just a nice easy motion. We're not killing ourselves here. This is 10 each. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll feel in the outside hip and in the groin. We don't want to swing out to the front. We want to swing as much in front of our bodies as possible. Okay, then we're gonna go the other side. I'm gonna end up kicking that thing. So I'm gonna try to do this freestanding, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It can be done. It can be done. All right, then we have forward and back leg swings like we did with the warm-ups. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, left leg. Turn a little bit this way so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to do that with a bent leg. All right, so we're going to keep our knee bent and we're going to do the same thing. What does this look like? This looks like a runner. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side, last set. Maybe. 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice save. All right, and that is your runner's Myrtl. You can add these as your runner's strength workout. You can do this in addition to a runner's strength workout. However, this will go in right after a run. Before you do your foam rolling, I would recommend doing this first, or any runner's strength first, then do your foam rolling, then do your post-run stretches. So how much of this should you really be doing after every run? As much as you can. If you're crunched for time, I recommend cutting your run a little bit short, just by a few minutes even, to get an adequate cool down. If you like, you might move the foam rolling piece to later in the day and concentrate on the strength and or stretching post-run, but that foam rolling is still important to get it in at some point during the day. That is your full cool down routine, so please ask questions or express concern in the comments, and feel free to reach out to me at coachhj@runnerswithoutlimits.com. See you next time.